This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to introduce to you the best ever 9th Street roulette system. This will absolutely blow your mind, and one of my subscribers, John, says this is the best way to play it, and he'll never play it another way again because it's consistently winning every single day in the casino. And man, I can't wait to test this one out today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to test his incredible new 9th Street roulette system up against the original, and let's go ahead and get started with that first. So we're going to place $5 on 9th Street. So you can pick any 9 that you want, and that'll be a $45 total bet once you get those out there. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, let's see what we get here. That's a 31 black. Okay, that's a $15 win. So we're at $15. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go with the original 9th Street. And then the incredible new system of the day will come up next. And we'll see which one of these makes the most money. I can't wait to see. They're both great. But I love when you guys send in new systems like this, especially when you've tested them out and have been doing really well. That's exciting. And that's a 9 red. Okay, that's a $15 win. We're at $45. So let's just rebet and spin with original 9th Street. And here we go. That's a 28 black. That's another win. We're up $60. Let's just rebet and spin again here. And let's see what we get. That's a 12 red. Okay, that's a win. We're up 75. Let's just rebet and spin again here. And that's a 10 black. Okay, so we're currently up $90. And so far so good. But once we have losses, I'll share with you how this one recovers. And then we'll get to that new one. I can't wait to share with you. All right, so we're up 105 now. Let's just rebet and spin. And haven't had a loss yet, so that's a good start. But once we do, I'll share with you how to recover. That's a 16 red. Okay, that's another win. We're up $120, and we're still at that base level bet of $5 on each of 9 streets, a $45 total bet, and there's our first loss with a 00. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and double that bet from 45 to 90, and we're going to try to get 2 wins. And we'll do that with 1 loss and with 2 losses, and then after that, that will change. So make sure you stick around to find out what to do next. Let's get our second win in a row right here, though, so we can restart. And here we go. That's a 6 black. Okay, we lost, so we're going to have to double again. Okay, let's go ahead and spin, and this will also require 2 wins. But if we lose again, we'll need more than 2 wins. Okay, that's a 2 black. We lost again. So now, since we've lost we've lost twice, and this will be our 3rd recovery attempt. Let's go ahead and double first. We're at 360, but now we're going to need 3 wins to reset. So 2 after 1 loss, 2 after 2 losses, and we're going to do 3 after 3 losses. So there's 1 win. We need 3 wins now because we've had so many losses. And here we go. That's a 23 red. And we're up 75. We need 1 more win, though. So if you lose once, you need 2 wins. If you lose twice, you need 2 wins also. And if you lose 3 times, like we just did, you're going to need 3 wins. So we need 1 more here. Okay, that's an 18 red, and that's a win. Okay, and we're up $315. Let's go ahead now and restart. Okay, so sometimes when you have a bunch of losses, it actually turns out with giving you a lot of profit. Let's go ahead and we'll cover the 4, 5, 6 this time, and let's see what we get here. All right, here we go. That's a 34 red. Okay, and we lost. Let's go ahead and double the bet. Again, with 1 loss, we're going to need 2 wins. 2 losses, 2 wins. 3 losses, 3 wins. And that's a 24 black. And that's 1 win. We need 2. We've also had a version of this where 1 loss is 1 win. That was a modification of this original system. Okay, there's our 2 wins. So we're up $330. Let's go back to our $45 bet and spin. And here we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, we got a win there. We'll just rebet and spin it until we have another loss with the original 9 street. That's an 11 black. Another win. And the one I was telling you about, the modification where if you've only lost once, you only need 1 win. The only issue with that one is it's much safer, but the only issue with that one is it does set you back each time you recover a little bit. So you don't maintain session profit if you do that. So, but if you do 2 wins on 1 loss, 2 wins on 2 losses, and 3 wins on 3 losses, you will recover most of the time. So that's a nice win there. We're up $390, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go with the original 9 street, and that's a 25 red. Hey, that's a win. We're up 405. Let's rebet and spin again here, and here we go. That's a 4 black. That's another win. We're currently up 420. It's a good thing we moved that street in and took the other one out. You can choose any 9 streets that you want, and that's a 0 there. Okay, so again, when we lose once, that's 2 wins. So let's double and try to get 2 wins. If we lose twice, we double and get 2 wins. If we lose 3 times, we double and get 3 wins. Okay, that's a win there. We're at 405. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we'll reset. Okay, let's put them back out there and let's move them around again. We can you can move these as much as you want as long as you have 9 covered. And let's go ahead and go on the high side this time. And let's see if we can get some good wins here with some high numbers. And just as I do that, it goes low. But that's okay, and we're going to go ahead and double. Again, with 1 loss, 2 wins. So let's get our 2 wins. 2 losses, 2 wins. 3 losses, 3 wins. Okay, we lost again. So now all of a sudden, we lost, which requires 2 wins. We just lost again, so we double and try to get 2 wins. If we lose again, we'll need 3 wins. And we lost again. That's a 2 black. So now we need 3 wins after we double. So let's go ahead and spin, and let's get those 3 wins. All right, here we go. That's a 27 red. And hopefully we'll get some high numbers on these 3 wins. We're still up 210, but we need our 3 wins here. So here's our go at number 2. And that's a 32 red. Okay, good. We got a high number there. We're up 330. Let's go one more time here and see if we can get our 3rd win since we lost 3 times. And we did. That's a 13 black. All right, so now we're at $450. And you can probably see what I was talking about there in the recovery process. And let's go low this time. Sometimes in the recovery process, you make more than when you're just getting basic wins. But you do have more risk when you're in the recovery process. So it's okay, and let's see what we get here, and then we'll check our balance again. Okay, that's a nice win. We're at 465. We'll just keep spinning here until we have a loss again, and then we'll go for recovery. That's a 4 black. It's a good thing we put them low, and we're at 480. All right, let's rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here with original 9 street. That's a 34 red, so that's definitely a loss. Okay, so let's go ahead now and double that bet and try to get 2 wins. So 2 wins on 1 loss, 2 wins on 2 losses, 3 wins on 3 losses. And that's a 34 red. We lost again. So we lost twice. So we still need 2 wins. And here we go. That's a 7 red. There's 1 win. We're at 405. Let's get win number 2 so we can reset. If we lose again, we'll need 3 wins. And that's a 2 black. Okay, we got our 2 wins, and we're at 465. So let's go ahead and place the bets again. Let's go ahead and we'll go middle this time. And let's see what we get here. And let's see here. Let's also put one over here on the far end. You can. It doesn't really matter as long as you have 9 of them out there. You can. They don't have to all be consecutive. And that's a 27 red. That's a nice win. So we're at 480. Let's just rebet and spin. Doing really good with original 9 Street, but I can't wait to share with you this new way of playing, and that's a 17 black. Okay, that's a win. We're at 495. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. That's a 32 red, and of course it hit the one that I skipped, but that's okay. Let's double and try to get our 2 wins. Again, 2 wins on 1 loss, 2 wins on 2 losses, and 3 wins on 3 losses. That's a 26 black, and we won. So we need 1 more win. We're currently at 480, and let's go ahead and spin and get win number 2 here. All right, here we go. That's a 30 red, and we got our 2 wins. So we can reset. We're at $510. Awesome. So let's go ahead and we'll go back to 45 and spin, and we'll leave the bets right where they're at for this go round. There we go. That's a 3 red. We definitely lost that one, so let's double the bet. And then we'll try to get our 2 wins and reset. Here we go. That's a 23 red, and that is a win. So we'll go for win number 2. We're at $495. If we can get this one, we can reset again and go back to our original bet of $5 each on 9 streets. That's 45 bucks. There's our 2 wins. We're at 525, and we'll go back to where we started at 45. 9 streets at 5 each. All right, here we go. That's a 6 black, and we lost, so let's double that and get our 2 wins. And again, like I said before, there is a version of this that I've done where you only get 1 win after 1 loss, and that's a more of a safety version of this. But this one makes a lot more money. Okay, we've lost twice now, so that means we still need 2 wins. But if we lose again, we'll need 3. Okay, that's a 33 black. I thought that's what happened. That's back-to-back 33s. That's not the best. So we're going to go, that was 3 losses. So now we need 3 consecutive wins. Let's get them. That's a 35 black. Okay, there's 1 of those, and we're currently up 330. Let's rebet and spin, and we need 3 wins. Here we go. That's a 12 red. That should be a win. And it is. So we're at 450. Let's get win number 3 now. And here we go. That's a 28 black, and there for a second that looked like it was going in that 0 column, but that's okay. We're up 570 now. Let's pick some new bets and reset. And we'll just go back to them being all together now, and let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 23 red, and that's a win. And this is a $2,000 bankroll system with $5 units. It's also a $400 bankroll system with dollar units. So if that's too much for you with $2,000, use $400 and use dollar bets. That's a 10 black, and that's a win. We're up $600. And let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. That's a 7 red. Okay, we're up 615. Let's go ahead and spin again here. And here we go. That's a 27 red. Okay, we're up $630. And let's go ahead and spin again here. That's a 10 black. Okay, we're up 645. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 3 red. And we lost that one, so we're going to double and try to get 2 wins. And let's see if we can get win number 1 right here. That's a 23 red. That should be a win. Okay, we're up 630, and let's get win number 2. All right, here we go. That's an 11 black. There's win number 2. We're up $660. Let's go back to 45, and here we go. All right, let's see how this one closes itself out with original 9 Street. And that's a 26 black, and that's a win. We're up 675. Excuse me, I got some allergies today still. Lots of wind where I'm at. And that's a 5 red. And we lost, so let's go ahead and double the bet. Try to get our 2 wins here, and let's see what we get on this one. That's a 10 black. We got 1 win. We're up 660. Let's get win number 2, and this is our last spin. No matter what happens, we're right at the 15-minute mark. And that's a 4 black. And we lost that one, so that set us back a little, but we still made $570 in 15 minutes with the original 9th Street. And now let's see if this incredible new system of the day is better than this one. I can't wait. Let's go ahead and jump right in and get started and see how great this is. Here we go. All right, I'm excited for this one because I love 9th Street Roulette. And he says this is the best 9th Street Roulette system ever. Let's find out. And he uses smaller bets. So let's go ahead and start with 9 streets at $1 each. But there's a lot more to it than that. Make sure you watch the whole thing because this is awesome. And this is a $10 bet. We're also going to include the 000. And here we go. All right. And the progression is going to be the key on this one. That is a 2 black. And if we lose, we're going to double the bet. But the key on this one is going to be, what do we do when we win? That's going to be very different. And I can't wait to get to that. And that's a 17 black. Okay, we got a win there. And we're going to need 3 wins before resetting here in the recovery part. So let's just rebet and spin. Then once we get back to base level, I'll share with you how this, what we do on the wins, basically. So that's a 32 red. Okay, we won again. And you can see we're -2. Let's just rebet and spin. This is just going to get us slightly into profit. But what happens when we get wins at base level is going to be what drives the profit on this one. So you can see we're back in profit. And we're going to go back to where we started at a $10 bet. And now that we've recovered, we're going to start making some money here. And let's see what we get. That's a 22 black. Okay, with each win at base level, we're going to increase by 1 unit. So we're going to go from 10 to 20 now, which would be, now instead of $1, we're going to have $2 on each. And that's a 34 red. But we lost, so we go into recovery. And we'll get back to that here in a second. But in the meantime, we're going to double the bet because we lost. And here we go. That's a 28 black. Okay, we won that one. So you can see we're at -8 because we've had 2 losses already. Let's get this recovered with 3 wins, and then we will get back to making money in level 1. And that's a loss again. So we're going to need to double the bet again. We're going to go from 40 to 80 and spin, and we're going to need 3 wins. So this is just one aspect of this, and that's an 11 black. Okay, there's 1 win. Let's get win number 2 right here. Here we go. That's a 22 black. Okay, there's our second win. And let's get our win number 3 right here. And then let's start making some money. We've just had bad luck so far with this one. That's a 23 red. Okay, so now let's go back to where we started. And again, the money's going to be made at base level when we win. So we need to get on a winning streak to make some money. And it'll happen eventually if we're really patient, and hopefully it'll happen right here. Here we go. That's a 25 red. Okay, we won. Every time we win, we're going to go up a unit. So we're going to go from $1 to $2 on each of these bets. Here we go. All right, the 0 is good with this system. That's a nice $16 win. And with each win, we're going to go up a unit. So here we go. Now we're at 3. Let's do that. And then spend. This is a $30 total bet now. And let's get a win here. All right, a 00 is fantastic with this system. It's like a jackpot. We're going to go up again. So now we're going to have 4 on each, and we'll check our balance here before we spin again. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're up $42, and we're at a $40 total bet. And we're using house money with making these bets because we've already built it up, and that's a 30 red. That's an $8 win. We're at $50. Now we go to $5 on each, and this will be the final one. And if we win this, we will go back to where we started. So we try to get 5 wins, and let's see if we can accomplish that. That's an 11 black, and we did accomplish that. Now we're up $60, and we go back to where we started with 9 streets at $1 each, and then a dollar on the 000. So let's go ahead and spin again. And here we go. Okay, that's an 18 red. Okay, that's a win. So we add a unit. We go from $1 to $2. Here we go. That's a 10 black. We won again, so we go from $2 to $3. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now that we have $3 on each, let's go ahead and spin. And we're going to try to make it to 5 again. If we don't, we'll need to double the bet. That's a 32 red. Okay, we won. So we go up again. Now we're going to have $4 on each of these bets. So we're using some house money that we just made to place these bigger bets. And we're at $72 now, total bet. And here we go. All right, we hit a 0. Again, that's like a jackpot. That's a $32 win. We're up $104. Let's go up again. Again, we go all the way to 5 before we reset. And if we lose, we'll have to double the bet and recover. So here we go at $50 total bet. And let's see what we get here. That's a 15 black. That's a win. Okay, so we'll go for win number 2 now. We're currently up $114. But first, we need to. I'm sorry, we won at the 5. We need to reset. Let's go back to base level now. So, okay, we're up 114. I think I got that right, but that's why we test these systems out. So we make sure that before we go to the casino that we're doing it right. And but we're trying to get a win at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 before resetting. So that's a 35 black. We lost, so we're going to go ahead and double the bet. And then when you're in recovery mode, you just try to get your 3 wins and reset. It's not about making money. It's about recovering, and that's a 28 black. And we need 2 more wins. So let's rebet and spin. And here we go. And we'll go through that again. If I made an error on that one, I'm sorry. And that's another win. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's an 8 black. Okay, there's our 3 wins. So we're up $116, and we go back to base level. So when you're recovering, you get your 3 wins. But the money's being made in at base level when you get wins, because we're trying to get a streak of 5 in a row, and we're going to be patient until that happens. That's a 23 red. And obviously, you want to cash out after you finish one of those streaks. So let's increase by 1 unit like we do every time that we win, at base level, that is, not when you win in recovery. Okay, there's win number 2. So we increase again. Here we go. Okay, now we're at $30 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. We almost got the 000, but instead we lost. So we're going to need, now we're in recovery mode. So now we have to double again and try to get our 3 wins. And here we go. That's a 15 black. Okay, there's one of them, and we're up 104. Let's get win number 2 here in recovery mode, and then we'll try to make some money at base level again. That's a 22 black. That's a win. We're up 116. And let's get win number 3 in recovery. That's a 19 red, and we recovered. Okay, so we're up $128. We go back to base level. And again, we're going to try to get 5 wins in a row. And each time we win, we're going to increase by 1 unit. So here we go. Let's see what we get here. And that's a 32 red. Okay, that's a win. So we increase by 1 unit. We go from $1 to $2. We're going to try to win 5 in a row. And that's a 28 black. We won again. And now we're up at 134. Let's increase again. Now we're at 3. We're trying to get all the way to 5 and get all 5 wins. Okay, now we're at $30 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a 3 red, and I believe that's a loss. And it is, so we go into recovery mode. And we double the bet and try to get our 3 wins. And here we go. That's an 8 black. There's one of those, and we're up 116. Let's rebet and spin. And if you end up losing after you've already made some money with the in the pursuit of 5 in a row, you can leave after 2 spins. But we're going to try to stick with 3 today, and which try to get our 3 wins and reset. But that's a little safer if you want to quit after 2. That's fine. That's a 21 red. And now we're up $140. So let's go back to where we started and try to get that goal of winning 5 in a row. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin. See if we can get win number 1 right here. And that's a 2 black, so we're already in recovery mode. So we're going to double that and try to get 3 wins. Here we go. That's a 30 red, so that's 1 win. Okay, let's go for win number 2. We're up $134. And here's our attempt at win number 2. That's a 7 red. There's win number 2. We're up 138. Let's go for win number 3 so we can reset. All right, hit the 0. Oh, man, I called that one. I could see it coming. That's a nice $16 win. Now we're up 154. I love when you can call one like that. It doesn't happen very often. Okay, so let's get back to base level and start trying to get our 5 wins in a row. So here we go. That's a 29 black. There's 1. Let's go ahead and double that. Well, we don't double. We're going up a unit. We're going $1 to $2. So I probably shouldn't have said double, but it is double on the first one. And we lost, so we're already back in recovery mode. So we doubled the bet and try to get 3 wins. Okay, here we go. And that's a 21 red. Okay, that's 1 win. Let's go for win number 2 here. And it's nice when you hit those zeros because it really is a nice jackpot when you hit that one. And there's win number 2. We're up 152. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 5 red. And we lost. We have to go further into recovery. We double and try to get 3 wins. And this is why it's so important that you have the correct bankroll on this one. And he recommends a $1,500 bankroll. But let's see. We haven't really needed that much. So you could probably do it with less, but obviously the more bankroll you have, the better. And that's a 36 red. We lost again. So we're going to have to double again. Now you're seeing why we need that bankroll. And let's go ahead and try to get our 3 wins here so we can reset. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Okay, there's one of them. And let's rebet and spin. Try to get win number 2. And here we go. And we have 29 numbers covered. That's a 28 black. There's a second win. We're up 112. We need win number 3 here, and then we can restart. All right, that's a good one, 00. That's a $128 win. Now we're up $240. Now you're seeing the power of the jackpots, especially on the 000 when the bets get large. Obviously, we don't want the bets to get huge, but when they do, if we hit a 0, it really pays. So that's a nice little bonus. So we're back to base level. Let's see if we can win our 5 in a row. There's 1, so we go up a unit. And again, on the first one, you can double because you're just going from $1 to $2. But you're really just going up $1 each time. That's a 22 black. Okay, there's another win, so we go up another $1. And here we go. Okay, now we're at a $30 total bet, and let's spin. And we lost again. That's a 35 black, so we go into recovery. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll double the bet and try to get our 3 wins. And let's see how we do down the closing stretch here. Let's hit the 0 again. I tried to call it. It's hard to call that. I just got lucky earlier. So let's get win number 2 here. We need 3 wins to reset. And we almost did there, but we lost on the 1. Okay, so we need to double again. So we're doubling this and trying to get 3 wins. And then let's see what we get here. That's a 23 red. That should be good. Okay, we're up 192. Let's go for win number 2. And here we go. That's a 32 red, and that's a win. And we're up 216. This will be our final spin. We're right at the 15-minute mark. So let's see if we recover or have a loss here. And then we recovered. That's a 22 black. Okay, so we made $240 profit in 15 minutes, and this one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well, and thanks for sending it in. If you guys want to send a system in, remember to send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. Every single day we test each of these systems you guys send in as a community, and that's what it's all about, is searching for the best roulette system possible every single day, and that's the only way we're going to find the very best roulette systems. And I have a lot of fun doing it. I hope you guys are as well, and if you are, please if you are having fun, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.